prosecution provide its final submissions as well, and also later in the day we shall also have most probably assessors who are 3 in number also provide their submissions. Assessors are the representatives of the common person, the layman just like me who didn't go to law school, who give their opinions about what they think the outcome should be, though their opinions are not always binding or do not actually the trial judge doesn't based on them entirely, but he or she can also pick their opinions as well. So we don't know if the judgment day is today, but if you are to see how the proceedings have been going on, it is possible that it is today, because we saw judgment could be today by the trial judge here.
Having followed up on this particular case, will be led by Justice Simon Byabakama has convened a stakeholders consultative meeting ahead of the Kikube District Chairperson by-election Banura, who died in an accident on April 4th, 2026. Timelines and logistics will be communicated shortly officially. Let's get Alan Mwesigwa to give us these details. Of course, by law, any seat that falls vacant needs to be filled up. What do the preparations look like so far?
I don't want to take long.
A very good afternoon, Mildred, and good afternoon, Uganda. I can confirm by exactly 10 a.m. The commission had arrived here, led by the chairperson of the EC, that's Justice Simon Byabakama, but also delegation of different stakeholders have also turned up here, meant to understand district sub-county chairpersons, village chairpersons, talking about 335 villages that make up Kikube district, also talking about 29 parishes. All those chairperson LOC2s are UPDF are here to ensure that one are steady but also have peace as the exercise starts. But also he did defend the fact that, you know, when someone dies, it is they're given a timeline of about new term. Remember, that's going to be on 12th of May 2026. So Kikube will then not have a district chairperson, but also then the vice chairperson's term also be done. So it was imperative, also important to have the election scheduled a little earlier before the October, which is supposed to be the 6th month. But also is urging the general public in here to exercise their rights, but also do the proofreading or those that 8th to 30th of this month, but also in June, May 25th and 26th. That's when they're going to have candidates are being nominated. As we speak now, he says no one has the rights to actually do the formal campaigns, and according to them, no one is a candidate, but these are aspirants who are going to be standing until 25th and 26th of May. That's when they'll confirm who has actually been standing. I'm going to ensure that no one does bring here chaos, because all they want is a peace, because there are a lot of installations here. You're talking about Bugoma Forest, you're talking about Kingfisher. These are very key installations or projects by the government, so they actually need a chairperson, but also need a person that will be able to push and carry Kikube forward to ensure that there is going to be peace and development in this part of the region or Uganda as a whole. These are conversations, but of course we continue to follow up and see what different stakeholders, members actually put out as the day goes by. But of course, details of that will be later on in a subsequent bulletins of what people say and what they expect in this by-election. Remember, the seat fell vacant when the Kikube chairperson Peter Banura did die on 4th of April 2026. That was close to Easter. He died in an accident and left the seat vacant. He was an incumbent chairperson, but also he had been re-elected to be the chairperson of this district. But of course, that seat fell vacant. Different people have come and show interest in standing for the chairperson LOC5, but of course now we cannot confirm until when at the political command center.
Those who will be showing up and vying for this particular seat. Let's now get to the August House, where the Joint Parliamentary Committee political parties on Monday calling for the bill's withdrawal. The opposition parties, including the National Unity Platform, NUP, and the People's Front for Freedom, PFF, urged the government to withdraw this bill, warning it could undermine Uganda's development. The committee continues to receive submissions from different stakeholders, and this is actually still ongoing. Let's head back. I can see Councillor Yusuf and Sibambi delivering some remarks. Let's listen in.
In the development, and actually most of our development partners are members, so they are also concerned about what is going on. But the point I wanted to, the example I gave, it had to do with an electoral process, which electoral process to some people maybe was not free and fair. To me, from Maokota, I had no problems. It was a free and a fair election. I lost. I was number 3 as an incumbent, but there was no rigging, there was no vote violation or irregularities. In my own former party, we didn't have a talent center to tell what happened in the election. There's not even an electoral report. I don't want to talk about other parties. But I was a shadow minister in opposition. We have never been summoned to talk about elections and have a report. Then you have an individual, just giving an example, talking about irregularities which formed the opinion of the resolutions. And you have an electoral commission which is supposed to be handling the process. You also have a channel to go to court and challenge the results. So you don't do that. But now the effect of the resolutions may have ramifications to this country. Now what happens? Because if you are aligned before court, it's not treason. There's no extraterritorial jurisdiction. And whatever you say...
I can see a number of opposition figures, the former leader of opposition, Wafula Ogutu. I see the deputy mayor outgoing, Nyanjura Doreen, and many others coming to present their views regarding the sovereignty bill coming through in that regard. Let's talk matters education now, where the Mbarara University of Science and Technology, commonly known as MUST, has launched construction of construction campus, according to the university leadership. What this kind of infrastructural development will bring at the university, let's get a look at the impact of this construction.
Thank you very much, Mildred. Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to you watching us. Indeed, like you're seeing in our background, that is the artistic impression of the College of Health Science that is going to be constructed here at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. I have the pleasure to have Professor Pauline Biachika Kibuika. She is the Vice Chancellor, Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and Dr. Warren Namara, the Chairperson of the University Council. Very good afternoon, Prof. If I can begin with you. This milestone, what does it mean to the university and to the population of Uganda?
Thank you very much. This is a significant milestone to Mbarara University of Science and Technology. As you know, Mbarara University was started in 1989, but it was started in the old university. So this is going to overhaul the kind of training that we are giving to the students. We have state-of-the-art with laboratories. Thank you.
You definitely, as a boost the capacity of those that we train to handle our, our patients and the population as a whole.
Yes, so this is a structure for 5 schools. We'll have the School of Biomedical Sciences, the School of Medical Laboratory Technology Sciences, the School of Medicine, and the whole, cadre of health professionals. And here we have incorporated.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Pauline Biachika. She is the Vice Chancellor by University. Now, Dr. Warren, yes, we are giving this contract to the National Enterprise Corporation, supervised by the National Housing Corporation. Do we have the confidence that they will have and manage this project?
Absolutely. It has the technical know-how built by shall succeed.
How long will this project take, Doctor?
Maybe maximum 2 years. It's a big project. It's not a small project. It's a big project, but it will be on time. We've tested the NEC. They have done a good job. The National Housing and Construction Company
Well, we do apologize that we did lose our colleague, Mugasha, but we'll be getting to him at a later stage right there. But congratulations, of course, to Mbarara University of Science and Technology. In more news, shortly before we do take a break, on the second anniversary of the coronation of Nayoni Androni, Lugbar cultural leaders pledged to revive and strengthen their heritage. Leaders also emphasized unity in promoting traditions while discouraging harmful practices like forced teenage marriages, advocating instead for education. They also urged prioritizing local cultures in learning institutions to preserve identity and values. That's a story Omagor will be bringing to us live shortly when we do return from the break.
When you don't use Momo, you are forced to quarrel.
Mama, balance.
That's the power of Momo.
UGFM. Lead with grace, build with vision, and create boldly. Together with incredible artists, powered by Fenon Events, we're going to give you a world-class event. Tickets go for 150,000 Ugandan shillings, 3M and 5M VIP tables. This is our moment. This is the power within.
What does unwavering faith look like? This June 3rd, Uganda unites to honor the courage and sacrifice of the Uganda Martyrs. NBS TV, Afromobile, and our other platforms bring you comprehensive live coverage from Namugongo, powerful moments, inspiring stories, and nationwide conversations that matter. Churches, ministries, and value-driven brands align your message with a moment that commands national attention and trust. For slot, Next Media, connecting you to moments that move the nation.
Atuse kulugogo cricket over nga 16 Mei mundongo ya hip hop kuntiko emiliango jigula usa mkage zemisana shillings mtwale bili ordinary VIP mtwale tane meza yaba tomunana ya milioni 3 negenda kubera Uganda's biggest hip hop celebration of the year. Sese busiwo master of rapid clever freestyling urban hip hop nga sumulula mujabala geko who is who hani kati musareko twagala cricket over heboge nyambala style hip hop kuntiko holo fefe busi amamile hip hop hakulu kutange nkuba lunyiri ebyana mubirete ebyana bi straight of Hamuz ebyozanzali nechidako baby gowereza sente wala belavu we downloading Febusi kumna mkaga Mei Lugogo cricket oval angry management yachikutemu nadiwagirwa bera yo tusange yeru gogo bera yo hip hop kuntiko man bera yo yes. There's a new way to keep your breath fresh all day. Introducing Movit All Day Toothpaste, meant to give you powerful night gum defense and teeth whitening. The charcoal flavor gives you deep cleansing and power stain removal. And the herbal delivers natural strength for healthy, confident smiles. Choose Movit All Day Toothpaste and enjoy freshness all day.
This May 2nd, get ready for the ultimate meat experience. Masheda Meat Festival is back at Masheda Palms Resort. Bigger, tastier, and louder than ever. Enjoy mouth-watering grills by Chef Pablo, chilled vibes and non-stop entertainment by Elijah Chitaka and the best DJs in town. Grab your tickets now that covers the meats. Early bird at 150K, advance 200K. and 250K at the gate. Tables for 4 with accommodation at 2 million. Couple room packages at 700K and camping options at just 300K. Don't miss the vibe of the year. May 2nd, Masheda Meet.
The National Mosquito Net Distribution Campaign is back. The good news is that the government, also known as the Under the Net campaign. Under this exercise, 1 mosquito net will be distributed per 2 people in every household. A village health team member, a community health extension worker, also known as a CHU, and the LC1 chairperson will move house to house to register members of the household in preparation for receiving their mosquito nets. Do not lie back. Ensure that you register all your household members to receive a mosquito net. On the distribution date, move to your distribution point and receive your net. Mosquito nets protect you and your family members from infectious mosquito bites that lead to malaria. Ensure that you receive the net, hang the net, and sleep under the net every night.
Mildred to Haise. Now let's get back to Yoni Adroni Lugbar cultural leaders did pledge to revive and strengthen their heritage. These leaders did emphasize unity in promoting traditions while discouraging the harmful practices like forced teenage marriages, advocating instead for education. Keep a girl longer in school, and that will be a delayed marriage and most likely a delayed pregnancy. But let's get more details from Joseph Omagor. Joseph, beautiful message coming in through at this particular coronation. What are the other things coming into play?
Thank you very much, Mildred. For us here in West Nile, the Lukbarakari Cultural Institution has faced a lot of criticism due to its weakness. But we learned that there are so many other sub-clans and they were not united. And this watered down the cultural practices of the Lukbara people. And according to the Lukbarakari chiefdom, the kingdom itself, and then also the sub-clans, they need to work together now. This are upheld because they are facing a lot of fight from the Western culture, the East culture, which is coming in from Asia and China. And in their own words, they think that maybe this will help also uphold the education of the girl child. In their own words, this is what they are saying.
The norms and the values of the Lukbara people. These are things that must be projected, and then especially when it is under attack from other cultures from the East and the West. Currently, they want to teach Chinese language at Makerere University, while they don't teach any other local Ugandan language in any Chinese university. You see how imperialistic these powers are becoming. Now, even here, we have to communicate in English, which language came from very far in Europe. And when you speak in English, they say you are a person of class. But when you speak in Lukbara, then you are not of class. So you can see how we have been able to degrade ourselves. We cannot even dress in our traditional attire. Children cannot tell any stories about their tales.
First place with these children pregnancy, especially small girls, school age going girls. You know, girls are always vulnerable for all this. When once she's pregnant, she will not go to school again.
There are more girls here who have been married underage. Underage meaning these are children. They are not people who are supposed to get married. We want girls to go to school, and we want very, very good life for children here.
Very, very important to us because as being the minority group in them as Nubi to join in their program, we feel it very, very important in as far as advocacy for the Nubi community.
Mildred, the bottom line here is that the cultural institution has failed previously to pass on the norms from one generation to another. And now they want to ensure that this new generation learns about the previous cultural practices and also tries as much as possible to make sure that the girl child stays in school. Back to you at the Political Command Center.
Joseph Omagor for that update. Let's now move on to matters banking, where the DFCU Bank, in partnership with the Rotary Uganda, provided free medical services to over 1,000 residents in Kampala during an outreach camp at the Nachivubo Blue School. The initiative targeted communities in Katwe, Kisenyi, Owino, and the surrounding areas, offering screening and treatment for common illnesses while improving access to essential health services.